Evening to everyone. A very good evening to everyone. I, Saiba Singh from grade 7,
And I'm Nisha Malik from grade 7.
welcome you all on the digital platform of BHIS Parent Talk.
On behalf of Billabong High International School, we would like to thank all the parents for their support and work towards our school.
BHIS Parent Talk initiative will bring together working parents from various fields of expertise. They will share their life experiences, which will help motivate and inspire the students towards achieving their goals.
BHIS strongly believes in the core values which inform your thoughts, decisions, and actions and help you align your career or life path to what's important to you. They are the essential foundation in finding your life purpose because they remind us and others who we truly are. BHIS core values are diligence,
Service,
compassion,
resourcefulness,
commitment,
and integrity. BHIS Parent Talk is all geared up today for an interesting and enlightening session with Mr. Shailendra Jha, who is our social studies and history teacher. And it's a wonderful coincidence that today it happens to be Mr. Nelson Mandela's birthday too, about whom we have always learned great things from our teacher, Mr. Jha.
Mr. Shailendra Jha is a teacher with over 20 years of teaching experience. He has pursued MA in English Literature and History. He's also done B.Ed, LLB, TET, and CTET. He has worked with the UP government for 5 years.
He teaches social studies and history to students from grade 5 to 8. In his free time, he enjoys reading and researching more about history.
We would now like to welcome our guest speaker for the day, Mr. Shailendra Jha.
Thank you, Misha, and thank you, Saiba, for such a wonderful introduction. And I don't want to miss an opportunity to thank Preeti ma'am, the CEO and founder of Billabong High International School. I want to thank her for giving me an opportunity to interact with all the lovely children and dear parents. So my heartful thank you to ma'am once again. Now you can start, Misha, the interview.
Thank you so much, sir.
Wow, sir, I have got so inspired to see your passion and commitment towards our school and work. Sir, I always enjoy your class. The way you teach us history has become my favorite subject.
History is the study of change and development in society over time. The study of history enables us to understand how past human actions affect the present and influences our future. And it allows us to evaluate these effects. And the way you teach us history, it has become my favorite too.
Sir, we would like to ask you a few questions related to your journey and to your work. Also, students can ask their questions by writing in the chat box.
So, sir, firstly, I would like to ask how you developed your interest towards history.
As just you mentioned, Saiba, history is a study of change. So it is a very interesting story of change of my life. Actually, I belong from a very rural background. I was born in a very rural background in Bihar and came to Kanpur in 1995 after completing my 10th. I had a very weak English. In Bihar, students very rarely know how to speak English. So I started my teaching career as a maths teacher. Why? Because maths need very limited words to teach, just the mathematical words. Slowly and gradually, when I started knowing a lot of things, I got inclined to prepare for the civil services. In 2005, I shifted to Delhi, went to Delhi, started preparing for civil services. And during that preparation of civil services, I studied Indian history in depth, world history in depth. And when I studied history, then I started loving history. And since then, it's my passion. And I have taught maths for more than 5 years. And with perfection, with a lot of satisfaction, I have taught maths. But once I started teaching history, I found no, this is the best subject to teach. because history gives you enough opportunity to extend yourself in whichever directions you want. As I told you last time in my discussion, in my teaching, that math and science, I taught maths, science also for some times. Math and science, I did not find it because you have a limited answers, limited scope to find answers to the limited questions, one answers. But history, I'm asking you one question and you can have million of answers of one question of history. And all the million of questions, answers is correct. It is you have to justify. So I found it very, very interesting. And today it's my passion to teach history.
Thank you, sir. Can you tell us about your school life?
Yeah, just as I discussed, as I told you, I was born in a very remote village in Bihar. So my initial schooling was from the government school. The school was not with very good infrastructure. Anyhow, in government school, those who are aware with the government school and its infrastructure would be knowing it's still lagging behind. And I did my schooling 20, 30 years back. So it was very poor in infrastructure. I completed my 10th from there, and then I came to Kanpur, and my 12th I did from Kanpur, and all the school college I did from VSST College, Kanpur, from Kanpur University.
Wow. Sir, how did you start your teaching journey and what was that one thing which inspired you to join Billabong?
Yeah, I started my teaching journey in 2000. And initially I started with the small tuitions and coaching centers. And then I was in DPS teaching DPS Azad Nagar. And one of my friend came and he was in Billabong. And he told me something about Billabong. The things which attracted me the most was, he told me each and every good work of the teachers in Billabong is getting appreciated by the management, by the students. That attracted me a lot. Earlier I was teaching, but no one was acknowledging my effort, my good work done in other schools. So this thing attracted me, and immediately I grabbed an opportunity and joined Billabong. And after joining Billabong, I found myself a perfect teacher, a complete teacher, which I was not earlier. I was in teaching profession for more than 10 years at that time, but I found that this school made me a perfect teacher, a complete teacher.
Wow. Sir, why did you choose Billabong for your kids?
Yeah, again, this is very interesting because I was already in teaching profession, and I was in Kanpur in teaching profession from 2020. 2000, from 2000. So in and my student started, my son started going to school from 2015. So these 15 years gave me good insight of all the schools of Kanpur. In those 15 years, I have taught children of all the school of Kanpur, ICSE, CBSE, and all different schools. So I was very much knowing their subject, their curriculum, their way of teaching, and I was knowing how what method these other schools were teaching. And when I was in Billabong, I myself was a teacher, started teaching from 2012 in Billabong. So these 3 years gave me good insight of Billabong curriculum, the way of their teaching, and how this curriculum is extending children to enhance their knowledge, go more research-based studies, and practical knowledge of the 21st century skills, which is very, very important and which I could not get in any other school in Kanpur. So when it came to the my son's studies, no other thought came in my mind other than the Billabong.
Amazing. So what motivates you towards your work and what are your ideals?
Yes, I got motivated with the thought of doing something great for my society and for my country. And my ideals is Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya. I want to see happiness on the face of each and every human being on earth. And to me, happiness is the most important thing in life. Whatever things can give you happiness, whatever things can give happiness to the society is the most important things for me.
Thank you. So, one day we both were discussing about the Kanpur city history. We had a long discussion and when we researched a lot, but at the end we were not able to find the answers. So, can you give us the details about Kanpur's history?
Yeah, there is something very interesting about Kanpur. Kanpur was founded by a ruler called Raja Hindu Singh. And earlier Kanpur used to be a very forest area, the small village. Then this Raja Hindu Singh, he founded this city, and he called this city Kanhapur. It was Kanhapur earlier, not Kanpur. Then a British ruler of Kanpur, Hobson Johnson. Hobson Johnson found it very difficult to pronounce the word Kanhapur. So he started calling it Kavanpur, Cawnpore, Kavanpur. And later on in the modern form, this became Kanpur. It is one of the center of leather and textile industries, famous for textile and leather industries. And today we have a lot of good things to see in Kanpur. It's developed a good city into now.
Wow, that was a great video. I didn't know that there were so many historical monuments in Kanpur. Now let's come back to the questions. So there was a mention in your profile that you have worked as a government official, UP government official. So can you please express your views about working as a government official and what changed your mind to
Yeah,
switch from
yes,
teaching?
yeah, yeah. But before coming to the question and answering your question, I would like to add one thing. Children, our city is a very beautiful city. And two blots are coming on our city nowadays. One is dirtiness. Everybody is claiming in one of the dirtiest city getting dirtiest. And second is nobody is following the traffic rule. This is our responsibilities to remove these two blots on the city. We all love our city. So you all follow the rules, make our city clean, and not only you, you inspire others to do the same, motivate others to do the same. Now coming back to your questions. Yes, I was working with the UP government and I worked from 2015 till 19. And I worked with the various capacities in different department of UP government in the field of education, in the field of health, in the field of revenue. But the work culture, inefficiency, you all would have heard the way government works, and corruption prevailed in those systems, pained me a lot. And I could not find myself adjusted in the system. I was finding over there just as a fish without water. So I thought, no, I will have to go back into my water again. And that water is school for me, the kids for me, the children for me. And I changed my mind and came back in my old profession of teaching. And I am with you all again, once again.
Thank you, sir. Sir, what kind of books do you like to read?
Yeah, I love reading. Whenever I get opportunity, I read. And I used to tell children many times that if I will get an opportunity to read for months and months and weeks, I will keep reading. In you lock me in any room and give me the books, I will be most happiest person. I have read a story after 20 years when I was doing my English. In that, there was a story of two friends, and two friends had a bet that if you will get locked in a jail for 20 years and come out of jail after 20 years, I will give you whatever things you want, whatever money you want. The friend accepted it. It's okay, I'm ready to be in jail because I will get a lot of money after after just remaining 20 years in jail, and after coming back of jail, I will become the richest person of the world. The person, one friend went in the jail and he remained in jail. He said, whatever luxury, whatever things you want in jail, you will be provided. He went in jail. And when he was in jail, he started asking for the books. He kept reading those books for 20 years. And you know, children, when he came out of the jail after 20 years, what he asked his friend to give? He asked him to give only the books, nothing else. So he was completely changed person after reading the books. So books has that much potential to change. Recently, due to this COVID pandemic, I was in hospital for 15 days. And these books helped me a lot. I read many books which I could not read. Otherwise, I was not getting time due to my busy schedules. I read many books. I love reading novels, motivational books, autobiographies, poetries. And during this pandemic, when I was in hospital, I read Rashmi Rathi, entire book of Ramdhari Singh Dinkar, which I was willing to read for many years, not getting time. It's a very long poem. So I read it completely. And this book motivated me a lot. Did not let me feel down even 1 second. And how those 15 days tough time passed, I could not even think. And I was the happiest person in those 15 days. I got opportunity to fulfill some of my dreams of reading the books. So I request all of you, please read books. And one thing more I want to add over here. Children, when you are reading a book, you are not reading just one writer. You are reading thousands of writers, thousands of minds just in reading one book. Because when a writer is writing a book, before writing a book, he himself has read thousands of books. So in one book, you are reading the minds of thousands of writers. So please develop it your habit. And if you know reading, if you have habit of reading, you will never be alone in your life. You will never be sad. You will be the happiest person every time. So please develop these habits, those who are not habit of reading the books.
Sir, in this pandemic, even I had read few books related to like Mahabharata and Ramayana, and they are
Yes,
really
yes,
good.
and this is a good opportunity. Children, this is a good opportunity. This pandemic, see, there is my way of thinking is, if I am not able to change the situation, we should be happy in the situation. This pandemic we can't change. This is put on us. It is not in our hand to change the situation. So why not to encash the maximum benefit of the situation? We have the luxury. Recently, I was listening a world scholar one of the webinar, that writer was telling this is giving you enough opportunity. I was actually listening Kiran Bedi. Kiran Bedi, the first women IPS officer of India, and she was addressing the school children, and she was telling the children, you have more time now in commutation. When you were going to school, coming back to school, from school, your hours of journey is getting reduced now. That time you use in your studies, use in you enriching your skills. So grab this opportunity and enhance your knowledge. Next.
Sir, I have a question. Which is your favorite book, your favorite
Yeah,
author, and why do you like the book and the author?
yes. Children, my favorite book is, and I request you all to read the book, that book. If you get a, and one of my habit is, when I read a book and if very good, it seems good to me, I purchase multiple copies of that books and I distribute among the people, as many as I can do. The book which I love the most is the most is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. It is written, this was prescribed in one of the class, I think grade 7. I was last year in one of the grade 7 when we were on ground last to last year. I saw the book, and this book is having the capacity to change the entire personality. And this writer of this book is Robin S. Sharma. And very simple steps are given in the books. What should you eat? How should you think? How should you keep yourself fit? All these things. And this is the life-changing book. Other books which I love the most is one of the Hindi novel of Dharmveer Bharti, Gunaho Ka Devta. It's a wonderful book. He got Sahitya Academy Award for this. So these are the good books. Another is one more book I would like to tell you. Yeah, I love this poem also. Harivansh Rai Bachchan's Madhushala. It's a philosophical book. Each and every problem of the life is discussed in the book. So these are the good books I love the most.
Thank you, sir. Would you like to give us any message?
Yes, I have messages to all of you. But will you can we play a quiz before that? I have prepared some quiz to all of you. Let me check your history, how much knowledge you people have of the history, how much you all love the history. After that, I will discuss the message.
Sure, sir.
Everybody has 30 seconds to write the answers. Quickly write in the chat.
First question. Who wrote Discovery of India?
Children, parents, you have 30 seconds to write the answer. Write the answers in chat box.
So the first person who
From
replied
Ravi
is
Singh.
Mrs. Boski Jaiswal.
You are muted, Saiba. Tell the name.
So the first and the correct answer was from Mrs. Boski Jaiswal.
The answer is Jawaharlal Nehru.
Wow, great.
Who wrote Long Walk to Freedom?
Our second question is, who wrote Long Walk to Freedom?
Time's up. And the correct answer is from Avani.
One answer from, yes.
Yes. And the correct answer is Nelson Mandela, which is given by Avneet Ravi Singh from 5AA.
Excellent, children.
The third question. Who was the ruler of India during the revolt of 1857?
Yes, I got one correct answer.
Yes, sir, we
Yeah.
got a correct
Yeah.
answer,
Yes,
which is
yes.
from Muhammad Veer 2C, Bahadur Shah Zafar.
Yeah, Bahadur Shah Zafar was the ruler of India, not the British. Many of you wrote British.
Yes.
The next question is, who was the leader of Kanpur during 1857 revolt? So
Yes,
we have got the first answer
yes, from the teacher.
by Mr. Ashish Pandey, Nana
Yeah,
Sahib.
yes, your computer teacher.
Kanpur is also known as the Dash of the East. The options are London, Manchester, Liverpool, or Paris.
Yes, got some correct answer.
Yes, so we have the correct answer from Mrs. Sujata Roy, and the answer is Manchester.
Who was the Prime Minister of UK for most of the Second World War? So we have got the first answer from Avni from 5AA, Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill. Yeah, one thing more I want to add about Winston Churchill before we go to the next question.
Sure.
Children, Winston Churchill is the only person in world history and entire world who got 2 Nobel Prize. One for peace and another for literature. This is the unique combination. He was a very good writer, also very, very good leader. So he got 2 Nobel Prize, the only one, peace and literature. Next question.
Which structures were built in medieval times as a mixture of residence and defensive buildings?
We got some correct answers.
Yes, so we have got the correct answer from Ryan Alam, and the correct answer is castles.
Castles, yes.
In which country in ancient times was mummification carried out on important people when they died? So we have got the correct answer from Ryan Alam, Egypt.
Yes.
Which country first used paper money? And we have got the correct answer from Mrs. Sujata Roy, which is China.
What did Spain send to attack Britain in 1588? So again, the correct answer from Avni Ravi Singh, 5AA, Spanish Armada.
Yeah, it is Spanish Armada.
How many wives did Henry VIII have?
Sir, I think Siddharth Sinha from grade 6 FA has given the right answer. 6 wives.
Catherine
he had
of
6 wives.
Aragon, Anne Boleyn, Jane Seymour, Anne of Cleves, Catherine Howard, and Catherine Parr.
Which people traveled in long ships and raided Britain from Scandinavia in early medieval times? So we have got the correct answer from Pranavi Gupta, the Vikings.
Which king received an arrow in his eye at the Battle of Hastings? So we have the correct answer, which is Harold 2 from Avni Ravi Singh.
Very good. So most of the answers we are getting from Avni Ravi Singh.
Yes.
Good.
Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to USA? Sir, we have got the correct answer from Avni again, France.
That's good.
Congratulations to all the people who gave the answers.
Yes. So once again, you repeat your last question, Bisha.
Would you like to give us any message?
Yes, of course. I don't want to miss an opportunity to send some messages to you. I have two messages, one for the children, students, and one for the parents, both. For the student, first children, I have a suggestion to all of you. In your lives, set your goal. Don't live your life without a goal. Set your target, set your goal, and then divide that big goal into smaller parts, into smaller goals. And every day and night, work to achieve that smaller parts, smaller goals. Keep your focus on the larger aims. Divide into smaller units, work on this, and when you have set your goal and living your life by setting your goals, and every day when you are achieving, moving towards your goal, you will be the happiest person on earth. Your soul will be the happiest one. In the night, you will get satisfied. Today, I have worked, I have moved towards my goal. Second message again to all of the children is keep yourself healthy. Be happy. Don't miss any opportunity to keep yourself happy. Whenever you are getting opportunity, grab it with both hands. One more thing, I get a little bit pained when I see this school is providing you such a wonderful opportunities in co-curricular activities. And many of you are missing it, not grabbing it. Children, don't do that. When you will be grown up, you will miss those things. So whenever any opportunities are provided to you by the school, please grab it with both hands. Don't miss it. You people are not made just to read the book. Bookish knowledge you will get, but these opportunities you will not get in later on. So please, whenever any opportunities is provided by the school, might be the debate competition or any webinar you have to attend, please grab it. Next message, I have one message to the parents as well, because many parents are connected here with us today. First message is, parents, we are the best school in Kanpur, we know, but we are not the perfect. We want your active cooperation to make ourselves perfect. We want your positive feedback. Please don't get disconnected. Be in touch with us. Every time we teachers want your feedback. We the management want your feedback. Be in touch. With your feedback only we will be able to make ourselves perfect. One more message I want to give to the parents. If as a teacher I have to call you for any other reasons, then discussing the development of your child, I feel pain as a teacher. So please let me teach, let me prepare my plan for the next day, and let me get connected to that things only. I want to remain a teacher so that I can prepare my plan for the next day and I come well prepared and teach the children better. Be in touch with us, give the continuous feedback to us so that we can perfect ourselves, we can improve upon, and we can be the perfect. Thank you, children. Thank you very much. Thank you, parents.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. Now we have a few questions from the chat box as well, which we'll be speaking one by one. The first question is from Omya Tiwari. Sir, can you please tell us something about LLB?
Yeah, LLB, children, when you will be grown up, it is just to practice and become a lawyer, advocate. Okay, so it is nowadays 5 years course in Indian universities, and that you can start pursue just after completing your 12th. And once after completing this degree, you can practice in any of the court, you can practice in any of the industries of, it's multiple opportunities available in the field of LLB. And it's a good opportunities. Yeah, thank you.
So the next question we have is from Manamrit. Please tell a book that gives kids inspiration.
That inspired the kids. Children,
Yes, sir.
I will just recommend you all, please read the autobiographies. And autobiographies are the wonderful to inspire the kids. And I last few days back, I discussed it about, with the children. Read Wings of Fire, Ignited Minds. These are the wonderful books written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's autobiography, and it will inspire you a lot to move in the right direction, work hard, and achieve your dreams.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Ranisha. What are the historical places that you love the most?
I love the most visiting forts. Because the forts are having the history of very old history hidden in it, like Agra Fort or Red Fort, and some beautiful places like Taj Mahal in India. It's wonderful places to visit. So these history, when you will go and interact with the guide over there, then they will tell you how much old history is hidden into this. So visit. I love visiting forts. Taj Mahal is, of course, one of the best place to visit.
So then there is a question. Can you tell that about how many countries have you read the history?
I have read a history of China. I have read history of England. I have read history of Russia. I have read history of France. I have read history of America. All these histories I have read. Of Africa. So these are the countries I have read.
Now, the second last question is from Avni. She's asking that if you could please tell the largest contagious empire in history.
It was Genghis Khan's empire. It was the longest and largest serving empire in the world.
So then the next question we have is, when you were pursuing your MA in English, what was your favorite novel?
I read many novels, and Pride and Prejudice was one of the best novel I read. I loved it. And I love especially the plays. I love plays, and especially the William Shakespeare's plays. Hamlet. Hamlet was one of my Hamlet, Othello, Macbeth, King Lear. These all plays I have read. And Hamlet and Macbeth, Othello was one of the best plays, which I loved. And I think each and every line of the plays is inspiring, will change your personality if you will adapt it. And it's almost the mirror of the society, mirror of the persons. So I love those plays the most.
So you teach like history, economics, and social studies. Which is your personal favorite and why?
My personal favorite is history. I love history. I just want to mention one of the incidents of history, teaching history, and my impression of the children of teaching history. I was teaching in earlier school DPS, and there was this child, he was 100% blind child. I taught him in grade 8 when he was in grade 8, and I taught history for few months. In that school, I was teaching 9th, 10th. So I got opportunity to teach just for few months. And after studying history from me, he developed interest of history in me. And he decided to make history as his career, to study further in history only. He passed grade 10th successfully with very good rank. Then 12th also. Then he decided to do graduation in history. He applied in Delhi University, St. Stephen College, which is one of the best college in India. And there in his interview, he was discussing with me in interview, the principal of the college asked him, why you want to study history? You are such a good student. You have scored very well in English also. I will offer you English. Please take English, leave history. And you know what he replied? And when he told me, I was feeling very, very excited. He told to the principal in this interview, sir, there was a teacher who taught me history in grade 8. And he was a blind child. He's a blind child. He told that the teacher taught me history in grade 8. Since then, only that teacher's words and history is roaming in my mind. Every time I am visualizing the teacher and the history. So I have decided to leave everything and just want to read history. Today, that student is pursuing PhD in history from JNU University. Earlier, he was telling that I want to become an IS officer. But now, he decided to follow PhD and extend his knowledge, and he is writing a book in history now. He's writing book and he's sending me. So it's very, very exciting to me, and it's a wonderful feeling.
Sir, I have a question that in which schools have you taught in?
I have taught in earlier. Yeah, before this, I taught in, right now I'm in Billabong. Before this, I taught in DPS Azadnagar, and before that, I was for some time in Gaurav International. I worked in DPS Azadnagar for 5 years, and then I came to Billabong High International.
So we have a very interactive audience today. It feels good to be the interviewer today.
That's wonderful. It's wonderful to interact with all of you.
Thank you, sir. Now let's come back onto the BHIS Parent Talk series.
We have got so inspired to see your passion and commitment towards the work, and I'm sure everyone must have enjoyed to know more about your journey with Billabong.
Our heartfelt gratitude to our founder and CEO, Mrs. Preeti Agarwal, for initiating such talks, which kindles in us the curiosity to explore more. We convey our heartfelt gratitude to our guest speaker, Mr. Shailendra Jha, for the dynamic talk.
Your feedbacks and suggestions are the most important to us for raising the bar all the time. WhatsApp class group will remain open till 5:30 p.m. Parents and students are requested to share their feedbacks and suggestions in the class group.
Thank you so much, everyone, to be a part of this BHIS Parent Talk.
We shall meet next week on 24th July at the same time with our next guest speaker, Mrs. Richa Shukla. Thank you.
Thank you, children.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thanks a lot. Thank you.